Welcome, everyone. I am just going to wait a couple minutes for other people to join. I'm glad you could make it today. Really excited to be here. I hope you guys are too. Ready to get into some holiday content. So I'm just going to wait another minute or two. I see some comments rolling in. Okay, so first, just a bit of housekeeping. If you've been to these classes before, you know the drill. Basically, what is going to happen is there is a chat box there, and I see you've already found it, most of you. People make friends sometimes in the comments. It's really fun. Anyway, you can chat amongst yourselves during the class, and then if you have a specific question, there's going to be a question box, and you can put it in there, and then they're going to kind of field me the questions. This class will be available at, let's see, on Michael's YouTube channel, 24 hours from now, or from the end of the class. It will be available for replay. And then in 2 days, in 48 hours, it will be available at michaels.com/classes. So if you missed something, or if you have a friend that maybe wants to check it out, or you just want to rewatch the whole thing, you can go to one of those places and check it out. Also, there are tons of classes from the Happy Planner Squad mentors. My previous classes are up there, as well as classes from the other mentors that I've actually been watching. They're really, really good, so check those out. Okay, so if you don't know who I am Mary Ellen. I am the content creator behind Planning with Bumble. And so I've been a planner for a couple of years now, well, almost 3 years now. And I am on the Happy Planner. I'm a mentor on the Happy Planner Squad. And I just really love the Happy Planner, and I love the products so much. They make me happy, they make me productive, and I have a really good time helping people, like teaching people how to plan in creative and functional ways on my YouTube channel. So you can go check that out if you want to. But today's class, I'm really, really excited for, because it's going to be really functional, but there's always going to be some decoration involved when I am teaching a class, because I like things cute and pretty. So we're going to talk today about holiday budgeting. Like, the holidays are here pretty much. They're approaching, and I know most of you have probably started shopping already, but I'm going to show you how I budget for holiday purchases in my Happy Planner, and like how I use the pages. And then also I'm going to talk a little bit at the end about post-holiday damage control. Like, if you have overspent, like a lot of us do, how to kind of like get back on track, and some tips about that. So we have a lot to cover today. I'm going to be using 3 sticker books: Winter, the new winter season one, Colorful Shapes, and then this mega all in a season. These are all available at Michael's. Everything I'm using today is available at Michael's. And I'm also using this holiday, they call it a holiday guided journal. It is part of the Happy Planner holiday box that is a Michael's exclusive. It's a limited edition box. It comes with this planner, and it comes with like a ton of other stuff, like gift bags and tags and all sorts of fun stuff. So if you're interested, check that out. So let's get started. We can go to the overhead view. All right. So here I have a page from that like planner, okay? Because in the back there are several note pages, and this is so adorable. Like, I love this, the poinsettias. So what I'm going to do here for the first page I'm creating is, this is going to be my holiday budget, like main landing page. So basically, I'm going to make a few pages that I'm going to keep in my planner. I may or may not use the holiday planner to keep them in, but I'm going to keep them around with me when I shop. Maybe mostly online shopping for me, but if you do go out, you could bring it with you. And we're just going to start out by doing like an overview. So I'm taking these pens, the red and green ones and the black, from this Tombow dual brush pen set. This is the primary palette. This is available at Michael's. And the first thing I'm going to do here is just take this side and just write at the top holiday budget. Just like, you know, it doesn't have to be amazing, just, you know, it can be cute or just a regular writing, whatever you want to do. And I'm going to do budget in skinny letters. Okay, so we have holiday budget up there. So now I'm going to take the black pen and up here, I'm going to write total budget. So the first thing you want to do, and a lot of this is going to be self-explanatory, and I just want to mention, by no means am I a financial expert. This is just what I do in my planner. You know, this is not a budgeting class. This is how to budget in your Happy Planner. So basically what I do is I start out the season by creating a budget. So basically, how much money do I have to spend on the holidays? Now, how much money do I have to work with? So the first thing you want to do is check out how much money do you have set aside? How much free money do you have to spend? All that kind of stuff. The thing that you have to understand, and I'm sure all of you do, but sometimes it's easy to forget, is that holiday budgeting isn't just about gifts. It's about all different categories. So what I'm going to do here is create a page with different categories in it. We're going to talk about that. So right here, I pulled some stickers ahead of time because I have a lot to cover in this class, and I knew that we were going to be short on time. So these box stickers I got from that winter sticker book. Okay, so I'm going to take these and I'm going to create categories. So everyone's going to have different categories. Not everyone's going to have the same categories. You can create as many categories as you want, but my categories, I'll tell you about in a minute after I put these down. So I'm just taking these cute little stickers, right? I mean, how cute are these, right? I'm gonna put them wherever, like just someplace on the page. It's gonna be cute. Layer that one a little bit. Put that down. And then I'll just put this one like right here. Okay, so we're going to make categories, like I said. So my categories are going to be food. And you can, like, this does not have to be the way I'm doing it. Obviously, there are so many different ways that you can make this page. You can do like a chart, whatever. Like, there's just a lot of different ways. This is just one way to do it. Gifts, decor, charity, and for me, I make a separate category for stockings. Now my kids are getting older, so pretty soon that's going to stop. But it just helps me not go overboard on the money I spend on stockings, because it can get out of control for me, because I'm a crazy person and I love to like just give all sorts of really good gifts in the stockings. Like my kids love their stockings. So I don't include it with the gifts, but you might want to do that. I don't know. It all depends. So there's other categories, might be like family photos, crafts, holiday cards, holiday outings when we're out of COVID season, and parties and cookie exchanges and things like that. So now what I'm going to do is on each block, I'm going to write 3 things. The first one is budget. So that is going to be the amount I'm budgeting for food, and we'll talk about splitting it in a minute. And then I'm going to write spent, and then left. So for me, I couldn't fit leftover, but what that means is, okay, how much am I budgeting for food for the holiday season? How much have I spent on the food, and how much do I have left? And this might be a positive number or negative number. If you went overboard, it's, you know, it could be negative $300 for all, you know, but that's going to kind of basically what this page is, and I'm just going to talk to you while I write the rest of these. What this page is for me is like a guideline kind of for next year. Like, I mean, this year, yes, but also it's something that I save so that next year it's going to help me figure out my budget. And it's also going to help me figure out my categories and how much I'm spending in each category. So I look at it as like an information page, just to help me stay on track. Okay, so we just do this, budget, same deal. Spent, and of course I don't have like super wonderful handwriting right now because I'm going quickly, but now I'm not going to fill out this page right now because, you know, that's kind of like personal. Everybody's budget is going to be different. So basically the best, wait, did I talk about this? The best way to do a budget really is to look at last year's bank statements and get an idea of how much you spent last year, how much you went over. And don't just look at gifts, look at all these other categories as well. And then once you have your total budget, you're going to be able to split it into your different categories. And that's really hard to do, but you just do your best. And then the next year, you're going to have so much more information to go by, and it's really going to help you out. And then the more you do it, the more you're going to just get adjusted to it. And you're going to be able to, it's going to be easier every year. Okay, so I'm a decorative planner, so I'm going to decorate a little bit on this page just to show you how we can make it cute. So these ornaments were from the same winter sticker book. And I'm going to place this up here, just hanging down from the top. And then I'm going to grab these other two. Put that there. And then that. And I was going to make little bows, but we're kind of running out of room there. And then at the bottom here, let me see. I saw these little gingerbread men in here and I thought they were really cute. Let me just stick one of these guys down. And maybe like a candy cane. Let's see. I know there were candy canes in the winter sticker book. Here's one. Okay, so I mean, you can just decorate it however you want. And like I said, there's so many ways you can do this page, but this is just one example. And so next up, so we have our budget page, our total budget, but this isn't all we need because this is like not going to give us enough information. So what we need to do now is create a budget, like a holiday spending tracker. So that's going to be this page. And what I've done already is I took a ruler and I just used a pen and I just made this table ahead of time. I didn't really want to do it now because it was going to take up too much time. So at the top here, I'm just going to do the same font. Holiday, and then we can do spending tracker. Okay. Now I thought it would be cute to decorate that little area at the top. So let's just grab some like holly out of this book here, this mega sticker pack. Grab a couple of these and just put these up there. Because when you make things like, at least for me, when you make things cute, like I hate budgeting. I hate budgeting. I hate thinking about money. It's stressful, right? But when I make it cute, it makes me more likely to look at it. It's so silly, isn't it? But I'm pretty sure if you're a happy planner, you're the same way. So that's why I do this. Like, it's not like I have to make it cute. No one's even looking at it but me. But I just want to, because it just is going to make like such a big difference in the way I feel about it and how often I look at it, right? So, so here I'm going to tell you about this in a second, but I'm just decorating the bottom as well. I'm going to put these little dudes down there. Okay. So that's just separating that part. So up here, what we're going to do is write our categories. So now you don't have to use the gifts, because if you're creating like a separate, and I'm going to do a separate gift tracker too, but I like to keep it on this page as well, because I like to kind of keep like it all together too, just for like more information. So we've got our categories. So we've got gifts, food, decor, charity, stockings, running out of room there. And I always do an other category because for me, there's always things that don't seem to fit in any of the categories. Like, I don't know, I can't think of an example, but you go out to the store, you buy something, you're like, well, it doesn't fit any of these. I always like to have just an extra space, really, in anything I do when I'm planning, just to be sure that like I have extra room to write if I need it. And that way next year, when I go back and I look at my holiday planner from this year, I can see if I have a lot of things in the other category that like, you know, are miscellaneous and maybe like make their own category, then I can include that category next year, if that makes sense. Did somebody just say they wanted, I just glanced at the comments and they wanted to see the sticker books again. So it's all in a season. Colorful shapes I'll be using. I haven't used those yet. And winter. All right. Okay. Okay. So that's our page. So now what I do whenever I shop, and I know this can kind of be tedious, but it really, really helps me. What I do is just track, I track raw data here. So basically like I just put in $15.99, $25, and I go down and I'm going to be able to like tally that up as I go along and just kind of assess the situation and see how I'm doing during the season. I try to look at it, you know, every so often, and I do because I'm writing in it. So it kind of helps. And down here is going to be your totals. I kind of put him down. I shouldn't have put him so low because I wanted space to write there. But that's going to be, you're going to be totaling this up at the end, and you're going to write your totals of each category here. And then you're going to transfer them to this. So you had a food budget of, you know, $400. You spent, you know, $300. You have $100 left. So this page is just really helpful, I think, to give you a lot more information. Okay. So next up, we're going to talk about gifts, and I'm going to get a page out of this, which I said was in the holiday box at Michael's. You have a whole bunch of stuff in here. Back here, there's a section for cards. Now there is a gift list here, and you can use this. I'm going to show you how to do it differently because this gift list, it works, but for me, I like it a little bit different, and I usually create my own, but I'm going to use this page, the stocking stuffer page, for my gift tracker. You don't have to have this. You don't have to use this. You can create this page on your own with like boxes, or, you know, take a ruler and just draw boxes or whatever you want. There's so many different ways to organize this. So it's really hard for me to, you know, talk about all the different ways, but this is just how I'm going to do it. And this, I've never used this page before, but this is pretty much what I usually do anyway. I break it out into people, especially for my kids. I have to at least do it for my kids because I lose track of what I've bought and what I want to buy. So the first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to white out some of this, and then I'm going to cover it up with a box sticker because this isn't stocking stuffers. I can't remember where I got this box. I just pulled it out of one of the books, but there's boxes in like every book. I'm just gonna put this up here so that we can change this to gifts. All right, so let me get a red pen. Okay, that doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a little bit at the top of the page. And then, let's see. Okay, so there's this little page that came in the holiday box, and I thought it was really cute. It's like little tags for presents and stuff. These are tags to put on it, but I'm gonna put this on here because it matched the page. It says do not open until Christmas. I'm just gonna like put it over there on the side, just as a little cute touch. Okay. So I'm gonna take just this green Tombow pen here, and I'm gonna break this out into my kids. So I have 4 kids. I have Kaylee, Michael, Allie, and Heather. Okay. So what I do, and I do it differently. You know, I said I haven't done this way before, but what I've done in the past is up here, I write how much I want to spend on Kaylee. So I'm not going to put my actual numbers in here and all of my actual gifts, but I'm just going to give an example and kind of show you what I do. So say like Kaylee, I wanted to spend $100 on. So, and that's why I'm writing in pencil, because I am going to use this tracker. So I'm going to like do it myself later and erase it. So I put the budget next to the person. And then as she gives me her list, or as I think of gifts for her, I'm going to write them down here. So I'm going to just put candle, and then like the price of the candle, like, you know, $15.99, whatever. And then I keep going, like, you know, blanket, you know, $24, and go down this way. Okay. So I write in the idea that I have, and then I look them up and find the price. So it helps me stay on track like that. And then this check box I'm going to use for once I bought it. And some people do keep track of when they wrap it, but I don't have a whole lot to wrap anymore. So for me, it's like I don't usually need to, because I kind of remember. But if you have a lot to wrap, you might want to include a section for did I wrap it? Okay. And then down here, I'm going to break this down at the bottom here. I'm going to separate that out. And I'm going to write total. And then again, I'm writing left, which to me means leftover. So whereas we had that page with the gifts that said gifts, obviously that's not enough information. So if I total it up here and see how much I have left over, it just gives me a lot more information to put on this at the end of the month. Okay, so I'm going to take this budget amount from this general page and split it among all the people that I have to shop for, and write the budget up there. Okay, and then afterwards, we're going to have more information about each person, and I can kind of see where did I spend, you know, too much on this person, and like where the money's going. I guess this is just a way to figure out where the money's going. And also it's a gift tracker. Like I need this during the holidays. Like I can't get by without lists of gifts. I have actually, back before I was planning, I actually bought like several times. I bought 2 of something and then I found it like on Christmas or after Christmas. Like I found that I had one up in the attic. Like I bought 2 of them. So I, you know, my brain, I get really overwhelmed at Christmas time. So I like to, you know, write it down and this way, like if I put this in my purse or something, or well, this year, if I just have it by my desk when I'm shopping, it just helps me keep on track like that. Okay, so that's that. So you can create, you can do the same thing like with these different categories. Like if you wanted to, you could break out, you know, food into like different categories and create another page just on your food budget. Like, you know, you want to spend this much on Christmas dinner and this much on baking cookies. You can do that. I don't do that. I just do general food. But you can always take any of the categories here and break them down into different pages if you need more information on it, or if you're having trouble just staying on track with it. Okay, so that's like all about the budgeting portion. So now we're going to talk about, yeah.
Before you get rid of those pages, they're asking, could you raise the gift list up closer to the camera?
This one?
Yes.
Does that help?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, sure. All right. So, oh, and don't throw this stuff away after Christmas. I mean, I know I already said that a billion times, like this is information for next year, but it really, really is. It's really useful to have. I don't have a dedicated Christmas planner. I just keep it in my regular planner. And I know not everyone is like that, but I don't have little kids anymore and my life isn't that busy. So it's not like when they were little and we had, you know, parties to keep track of and Secret Santa and like teacher gifts and all that kind of stuff. And like activities that we were doing, like my kids are adults. So it's different. Maybe it'll be like change when I have grandchildren and I need to keep track of more. But for now, like this is enough for me and I just keep it in my planner. But there's tons of like videos on YouTube and stuff about people who are creating whole holiday planners and they have a lot more to keep track of than I do. Okay. So next up, we're going to talk about what happens when you go overboard. Because I know I'm not the only one who has gone over budget at Christmas and found myself kind of, you know, a little stressed after the holidays. Oh, one way to keep on track though when you're purchasing things is to, and this is kind of like common sense, but compare the stores. Like don't just buy something, like do your research, compare. I do that all the time. I Google everything and like find the cheapest price. And then I use coupon codes, like use the coupon codes. If you're shopping online, like, or use coupons in the store. Like, don't forget that because that's going to save you a lot of money in the long run. And I mean, I buy a lot of stuff on Black Friday, and that like Cyber Monday, but there's so many deals like all year round with that kind of stuff. I mean, not all month long with that kind of stuff. So, okay. So anyway, if you spent too much at Christmas, there's a couple of things you can do after. So first up, assess the situation. Don't put your head in the sand. Don't ignore. You know, it's hard sometimes to face it, but we all kind of need to do that in order to, oh wait, you're not showing the desk. We all kind of need to face that in order to, you know, figure out our spending for next year. We're going to talk though now about different things we can do so it doesn't get out of control next year. One of the things is to create, well, not create, I'm creating a page for you talking about side hustles, but we're going to talk about side hustles. Okay. If you got out of control with your spending, there's lots of different side hustles that you can think of to do to make extra money, to help you with like your debt, and also to help you with like a holiday or a Christmas savings plan, you know, for next year or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate. Okay, so this is a page from, It's just some filler paper from the Happy Planner. It's like Follow Your Heart filler paper. You can get this at Michael's. This is what I had that was blank. I mean, they have those little stars on it, but I just thought I would use it for this. Okay. So I'm going to just take, let's see. This is going to be like my side hustle idea page. So in the mega seasonal sticker pack, we have pages of these really cute letters, and I'm going to use them to just do a title at the top. I love using letter stickers to create titles, headers and stuff. I'm taking some from each side. Like there's a bunch of different ones. I'm taking some from each side because I want to use all the blues and greens, and there wasn't enough. Like I didn't want to get any red in there. So I'm just going to show you how to center something on a page in case you're wondering. So what I do, like if I want side hustle up here and I'm not sure exactly how to center it, because if you start putting stickers down and it could like go all the way over here and you're like, oh no, I really wanted it centered. There's a couple ways you can do it, but what I like to do is take my letter stickers and put them on like the edge of the ruler. This is a little tedious, but I like it really works. So I'm just gonna write side hustle. Besides side hustles, there's other things you can do, like try to set a realistic goal for next year. I know it can be, I get like really caught up in trying to like give everyone everything. I want it to be perfect. I want the holidays to be wonderful, but it's like important also to kind of keep it all in perspective, because it's not worth the stress later, you know, doing it that way. There's a lot of green. I'm trying to get some blue in there, but a lot of green here. Okay. All right. So I have it on the ruler, have it on the edge of the ruler. And now what I can do is move it around. Okay. So I can move it around wherever I want. Now I can see where exactly I want it on the page. Now I'm going to move it over a little because I'm also going to write ideas on the page after that. So I'm going to put it right about here. And then this is the tricky part. I hold it down and then pull the ruler off. Sometimes some of the letters come off like that, but it's going to help you really center everything. So yeah, somebody just asked what side hustle was, I think. Yeah, it's just extra jobs, extra things you can do to make money. You know, after the holidays or whenever you need extra money. And I'm just going to do ideas. Now, obviously, one thing you can do to make extra money is get a part-time job. Like that's a no-brainer. I'm not going to include it on this because that's like self-explanatory. But if you don't want to get a part-time job, there's like other things you can do. I'm just using like a little bit of Happy Planner washi tape here, just to separate it out. I like to do that, like to separate my headers from like the rest of the page sometimes. Okay. So in the Colorful Shapes book, in this sticker book here, there's a bunch of diamonds and I pulled these off. I've never used these. I think they're so cute. So I'm going to use them right now. And I am going to create just a page to, you know, remind myself about some side hustles. I'm not necessarily going to do this because I'm really busy, but I guess this is more for you, some ideas, and also just like it's a cute page and a way to, you know, if you want like a page full of ideas about anything, you can do this. I'm just going to take some and kind of put them like up and down here. I'm just using like blues and greens and purples. These are going to kind of look like ornaments, even though, you know, this is going to be an after the holiday thing, but it'll be cute to make these look like ornaments a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take my pen and just draw a line and then draw like a little bow, like they're hanging from the washi tape. You can do this in your planner too, like make little hanging boxes. You can turn them into ornaments or just, you know, make them hanging for whatever reason. Like you can do it with like hanging plants or something. And it's like so easy to draw little bows. Like it's not, you don't need to be, you know, an artist to draw bows. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a couple ideas. So one, you can sell stuff on eBay or, you know, Poshmark or Mercari or wherever you wish. Selling stuff is a really good way to make extra cash. I used to sell on eBay almost full time, way back before I used the planner, but yeah, like it's a really good way to make extra cash, and also declutter your house. So, okay, so drive for Uber. I know this is not for everyone, but it is an option if you are stuck. And then we have dog walking, one of my favorites because I love puppies and people need their dogs walked. They always do. I'm thinking about hiring somebody to play with Bumble when I'm so busy. Okay, another one is sell products on Etsy if you're at all creative, or if you can do like digital download stuff or whatever. You can always start a blog about anything and everything under the sun. Mystery shopping is one of my favorite things. I don't do it anymore. I used to. It's like, it's really cool because you're like kind of a spy and you rate different, like you might go out to dinner and they'll pay you or give you a free meal, and then you like rate like the service and everything, and it's just kind of fun and it's a way to make some extra cash. And then another idea I had was to deliver for DoorDash or similar, like, you know, service. There's like, they need their drivers for this kind of stuff a lot now because of COVID. Like you know, people are getting deliveries in all the time. So I'm sure it'd be kind of easy to get that kind of a job. Other ideas might be to get into affiliate marketing or to become a virtual assistant. Those are some other ideas I had. But anyway, this is just a cute little side hustle page that I can stick in my planner just for some ideas about that. So another thing I wanted to talk about was you can always put yourself on a financial diet, making like simple lifestyle changes. You know, you might want to make sure you don't buy coffee out every day, like check out all your subscriptions that you're paying for that you're not using. Like I pay for so many subscriptions, I need to do that myself. You know, go easy on takeout, all that kind of stuff. It's really, you know, helpful and it all adds up. So I'm going to talk now about setting a realistic Christmas budget for next year, or holiday budget. So one thing you can do is to set aside savings every month of the year. Actually for 10 months. So what I do is I would go back to those pages that you made, okay, and that you filled out, all of your holiday pages, and I would check out the totals on here. And you can, at the top, I wrote total budget. You can also write down here, like the budget at the end, so that you see how much you went over or how much you were under. Okay, but once you have that information and you know how much you spent, or if you were lazy and didn't fill out a page, like, not lazy, but you know, if you didn't keep to a budget page, you can always look back through your bank account and your credit card statements and try to figure it out that way. Find out exactly how much money you spent this year on the holidays. Once you have that information, you can divide it by 10 to determine how much you need to save per month for next year. So you can make it fun, which is what I did, because I like to make things fun. And so I created a Christmas savings tracker. You know, everybody's so different on what they spend on gifts. I kind of looked up like what the average person spends, like the average American, what they spend on Christmas, and like it was really all over the place. It was like anywhere between $600 to like $1,200. So I'm gonna do this for $700 for the gifts. So right here, so each of these lights I'm gonna color in, and each of these is $10. So when I put money aside, I'm gonna do, each of these is gonna be $100. So once I color that in, and I'm gonna obviously know how much money I have saved because I'm gonna put it in account. Okay, that's not why I'm doing this. The reason I'm doing this is I wanna make it fun so that like, oh yeah, I can color in another light. You know what I mean? It's just makes it, I'm more likely to do things and keep to things if it's fun for me. And if I can color things in. I know it's so weird, but that's how I am. So that's what I'm going to do. Just color in the lights, you know, oh, I put another $10 into my Christmas account. Okay, cool. And then like, you know, I'm going to try to beat this and try to get this filled in by the end of the month. And don't forget, you can shop for Christmas all year round. Like if there's something, you know, somebody is going to want, regardless of, you know, when it is, you can always purchase that during the year. Also, it's really helpful to keep a running gift list in your planner. And like you can make a cute page for it or whatever, but I like to do that because then I can just write it down and then I have it all available. Like if somebody says, like, if one of my kids is like, oh my gosh, mom, like, look at this necklace, it's so pretty, you know, maybe I'll buy that. And then, I don't know, you know, when people say things throughout the year and you think to yourself, I better write that down so that I can get it for them on their birthday or Christmas, and you never do. It's helpful to keep like a running gift list for those reasons. So let's just put a couple of stickers at the top because it's, you know, cute. Let's see, maybe some holly. Cute. I kind of wanted to put this guy down there, but I ran out of room. He's so cute. Okay, and then like you can put your total up here if you want to. You don't have to, but that just gives you like a cute little page to fill out just to keep you on track throughout the year. In overview, we've got our holiday budget page, our holiday spending tracker, And I'll be posting these on Instagram. So if you guys, you know, want to see them, and, you know, if you want to see like a picture of it, I'm going to post it on Instagram so that it'll be there. You can follow me on Instagram at Planning with Bumble. And then we have our gift list here. Cute little side hustle page, and then our Christmas savings tracker. So if you guys have any questions, let me know.
Mariella, can you repeat your Instagram name?
Yes, it's Planning with Bumble. Bumble's my dog. And I post pictures of like on my YouTube channel, I make spreads. I always post pictures of most of my after the pen spreads, like after I've written in them and stuff like that. So you can check that out. I post probably a couple times a day, at least, on Instagram.
We definitely appreciate it. I don't see any questions at this moment. It looks like everyone is kind of talking amongst themselves.
They're making friends. That's good.
Mary just asked a question, what's the easiest way to get started?
Get started with budgeting or planning, or which?
I'm waiting for her to respond.
Okay.
Just
kind of a general question.
Yes, she says budgeting. Well, really both.
Okay. Both. Well, I mean, don't put pressure on yourself. Like, honestly, if you just start with the budgeting, like, even if you just write down a little bit of information in your planner, even if you don't make a cute page, even if you don't separate it all out into categories, like if you just take your, like, look at your accounts, figure out how much extra cash you have, and just, even if you just take one page and write in the total that you have to spend, and then how much you want to spend on gifts, you know, and you don't have to make it, you know, super, don't put, like, I get overwhelmed very easily with stuff. And when I started planning, I got very, very overwhelmed in the beginning, because I felt like I didn't know what I was doing, and I wanted to make it perfect, and I wanted to make it so functional for me. But it's something that as you go along and you do more of it every month, every year, you really start to figure out what works for you and what doesn't. So as far as starting, it's just, to me, it's just jumping in and just seeing where it takes you. You're not going to be super functional right off the bat, you know, but after a while you will figure it out.
Just want to remind everyone that this class is being recorded and that you can find it on Michael's YouTube channel on tomorrow, and it will be on michaels.com/classes in about 48 hours.
I also want to mention for beginners that I have like a Planner 101 playlist on YouTube, and there are videos that are, you know, for beginners and how to start and how to do your first spread and all sorts of beginner stuff. So you can check that out as well if you are new. That might be helpful. That's what I watched so many YouTube videos when I started planning, because I didn't know what I was doing, and it helped so much.
And also real quick, because I was going through, as I was reading through some of the chat, a lot of people were loving your handwriting. So I didn't know if you had any handwriting classes coming up.
No, but it's something that I'd like to do. So that's an idea, but nothing coming up as of yet. No.
Wonderful. I guess
Thank
if
you.
no one have anything else, we can go ahead and say goodbye.
All right, thank you so much for coming. I hope this was helpful, and you can always reach out to me on Instagram. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a DM and I will try to help you out. But thank you for coming.